So you saying opium done because YVL is the future? All right, we gonna see what they talking about.
If not the best, I think we can all agree OPIUM is one of the hottest groups right now because of their growth and influence in a matter of 5 years is just unmatched. And throughout these past 5 years, we didn't seen it. A lot of people like to jump and be like, yo, bro, we need another artist. OPIUM should sign somebody. But what if it might just be deeper than that? That might be something they don't want because OPIUM itself is already successful. It's not just a business and a label. It revolves around family. But from what we know, it seems like OPIUM has been working on something behind the scenes because they have something that's under them called YVL. Now, we already know that's been a thing, right? They have the hats and all that stuff. They kind of branded themselves with that a long time ago, but it's kind of turned into a whole group now, like Apollo Red, for example, and She Loves Michi. Now, I'm sure a lot of people wondering, okay, bro, they could just add them to OPIUM because at that point they're family. Apollo Red is so-called Playboy Cardi's cousin, right? She Loves Michi has been around for years, right before Cardi even took off. So why not just add them to OPIUM? But I think it's something going on where Apollo Red is the start of something new. You know what I'm saying? So that's probably why they branched him off into a different part of OPIUM, even though he obviously be around
Look,
Cardi and all of them, right?
Apollo I'm not gonna lie. Every time we see something about YVL, it's either Apollo Red or what's the other nigga name? I don't know his name, but it's always one of them two. So I don't know if it's either more YVL members or it's just them two, but them like the most branded YVL members.
It's probably the best start for them. Because I'm sure a lot of people don't remember this, but back in 2019 and very early 2020, things weren't structured as well as they are with OPIUM. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of different things going on. Cardi was just surrounding himself with these people. Even Ken was surrounded with Lancey a lot here and there, you know? There was a whole bunch of confusion going on, but you knew something was happening and that Cardi was forming something. Maybe that's what YVL might be, but it's all under the same umbrella. Like, y'all remember Capo and all of them? It changed so much. I'm not saying that those dudes not a part of OPIUM no more or whatever, but things are just much more structured. And the reason I feel like this could really work because for the past few years, we've been seeing OPIUM just a little more active. Don't get it twisted. They definitely mysterious and all that, but y'all notice how Lone and Ken been showing a lot of love to underground rappers and all that? Without telling us, they kind of letting us know like, okay, we're not finna show a lot of love.
If you know, you know. Tough.
To underground rappers and all that. Without telling us, they kind of letting us know like, okay, we're not finna block ourselves off from everybody. We support the young. Ken not only been showing love to a whole bunch of underground rappers, but he's bringing them on tour with him. Not sure if it's gonna still follow through, but pretty fun. Che, Netspin, Destroy Lonely also been hanging around with some underground rappers lately. Not only that, but he co-signed one of them. He said, yo, Japan hard. I be tapped in with him. So all I'm saying is that for the past 5 years, it's probably the most we done seen them active. We're showing other people love and having more affiliates, if that makes sense. And I be seeing a lot of y'all quick to say that somebody might be OPIUM or YVL, whatever, but you don't understand. A lot of those rappers that we like, Che, Until Japan, they already signed to majors already, so they're already being backed up. But there is
Che, that's not a good sign. That would low key block him. I feel like he should stay like independent. He got his own shit going on. If he signed to YVL and then they start like doing the label shit with folks, this shit gonna go down. I ain't gonna lie.
There's a chance connections are being built though. So maybe YVL is something that gets away from OPIUM, you know what I'm saying? The whole family thing, the whole family aspect, because that's deeper, right? That's a business. Everybody in there is under a contract signed to Interscope too. But instead of Cardi and OPIUM maybe being in control of who's being signed, of course, they might be doing something where they passing it down to like Ken and Lone to decide who's gonna be a part of that. Like, of course, I understand we don't know a damn thing right now, but the way how YVL been spreading around, you would think it's a fucking movement or something, because you've been seeing a whole bunch of underground rappers and all that, or people that somewhat surround themselves or are affiliated with OPIUM rocking YVL hats. So maybe I'm thinking too deep, but this definitely got to be something that is much more different than OPIUM. Basically removing all that structure that they have for OPIUM into YVL. And this probably gonna be the most we see OPIUM surrounding themselves with other artists or connecting with other artists. So of course I don't think Che, Pretty Fun, and all these other guys are YVL, whatever you want to call it. But all I'm saying is that Ken and Lone been showing a lot of love lately. YVL might be something bigger than what we think. A lot of those OPIUM affiliates that we know of been spreading around a little more, you know, interacting with different people. Not saying that's a new thing. Everybody seems to be scattered around doing different things from what we've seen in the past 5 years. OPIUM was so closed off, you know, and I don't want to say this they plan exactly, but YVL might be the start of that. And right now, if anything, YVL seem more of a brand and like a movement than an actual label or something. Because even Apollo Red, I think he said something like he's going to be the only member anyway. Now, of course, he's not the damn leader. We can't just go based off his word, but who knows if he lying or not though? Because what if it gets to a point where nobody's being signed to YVL at all? But it's kind of a thing where a whole bunch of people just repping YVL, but they're not actually signed. They just affiliates. That's why I feel like YVL, if anything, is just opening those doors that would close with OPIUM. Like, I'm not saying if you rock a YBL hat, then that mean he YBL or he possibly YBL. No, I'm just saying like YBL is more of an open doors thing. But then you got people that's under contracts, like an Apollo Red, for example, you know? So there's definitely a difference, but anybody can rep it. And it only start to make more sense because artists like Ken and Lone been surrounding themselves with different artists, you know what I'm saying? That have nothing to do with OPIUM, you know? Or from what we know, they have nothing to do with them. Yeah, them dudes might not be YBL, but there's a chance that's possibly a connection that they building. But instead of me just yapping, I went over this on stream and I watched Ken video. So yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and play that clip for y'all. Cause I seen Ken say that nobody's getting signed to OPIUM no time soon. They're not thinking of signing anybody to OPIUM. Most likely it will never happen ever. But I feel like we already knew that. They just never made it clear. But there won't be any new OPIUM members, right? But they have something that's under that same bracket, like YVL, which Apollo Red is signed to. He's also signed to Interscope too. They don't want anybody else in OPIUM. Got nothing wrong with that. Cause it's already solidified, bro. They don't need anybody else. I think the only people that could have been OPIUM or whatever was probably like Until Japan. That's really it. That's the only person I could think of. It said so Fega. I love Fega, but nah. They might as well upgrade Apollo Red to double O.
I can't see
Apollo
Japan.
Red cool. I'm not gonna hate on him. He got his own thing going on. I do feel like
even though he got multiple co-stars from OPIUM, I can't
just don't see he got something going on. And a lot of people do mess with his music. Even Your Rage thought it was cool, like when he heard his music. So I mean, he got something going on. Like, I'm still gonna be tapped in. It's gonna be a few songs I mess with. It's gonna be some songs I don't like.
Hey, I ain't no duty be tapped in the Rage. WYRG, shut up.
YVL, right? Nobody actually knows who is signed or whatever. She loves Michi. I told y'all what would be cool, real shit, bro, would be if Ken and Lone were in control of all the people that were being signed to YVL. Bro, Ken and Lone got a vision though, bro. We gotta watch this vid though. I really want to know what he said.
I feel like OPIUM is already like raps. Like, it's not gonna be no. I don't know. I don't want to kill nobody's dreams or nothing, but yeah. I don't think nobody gonna be OPIUM, but.
Nah, you keeping it real though, bro. We been doing that though. It's already been 5 years. Why the f would they sign somebody now to OPIUM? Yeah. Like, you really gotta be family, you know?
I feel like it's other opportunities for like these young motherfuckers, even still like, you got YVL. That's
what's the difference between YVL and Double O then? It's like the G League, literally. That's the perfect way to put it. That sounds kind of f***ed up. We can't be calling these niggas Double O G League. Niggas said it's JV. I ain't gonna lie, that's a good analogy, but like, we can't be saying that though. That's insane. Cause you basically calling them mad. Apollo decent though.
New, so it's like,
I mean, that's kind of true though.
YVL.
Keep it a bean, bro. You turn on Cardi before you turn on Apollo. You turn on Ken before you turn on 1300. Like, you feel what I'm saying? So it is like the G League. Them niggas is like the JV. They just now started rapping a couple years ago. They finna start getting on Ken and Playboy Cardi, and that's why they own the same team with the niggas.
I don't know.
They just playing on the G League version.
I think we already, like I said, it was a family, and we're gonna keep it family oriented.
That's real. I feel like YVL got a lot of potential. They just need to do it right though. But it's a cool start. Now, of course, we don't know what it is exactly with YVL.
They talking about sign
K3
to
OPIUM. Be
OPIUM.
signed to, like a collective or a label that is under OPIUM. So I definitely will want some more info about that in the future. You know, OPIUM not gonna make it clear on what exactly is happening. And I'm pretty sure I did yap a lot about nothing. There's a lot of stuff that probably ain't happening at all. We just thinking too much, and it's simply just a B team. Not in that way disrespecting artists or whatever that's signed to them. There really isn't much happening yet, you know. But there's really no right or wrong answer, to be honest with you, because nobody knows shit right now. Like, I remember I was talking to Money May about this. Nobody's making it clear with anything. It's kind of a thing that's all over the place, but we do know that there's something. But y'all let me know what y'all think YVL is really gonna be and how you think it's gonna turn out. Because I'm not gonna
lie, YVL is just gonna be exactly what it is now. It's just gonna get bigger. Like, YVL gonna keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. But it's not gonna be like what OPIUM is, like an actual label to where it's niggas that's getting signed and it's these 3 members and you know what I'm saying? It's just gonna be niggas that's repping YVL and they close, or they YSL and YVL, like non-vicious. You know what I'm saying?